Her mother was Eileen in this existence, known as Balfar. She too connects with her.
And is Jeff in a soul group?
Jeff is the twin flame. Jeff is the one of her.
Wonderful.
The other side of her. They had not met before on this plane. It had to be so. This time he has taught her. He has taught her many lessons, mostly about love, but also about the spirit and the nature of spirit. Although on your plane he did not believe, he knew and he taught, and she learned. It was like a teacher and a student relationship.
Very good. Can I ask about these snakes? Tell me what's going on there.
About what, sorry?
Snakes.
That's a silly, irrelevant fear.
Irrelevant fear. Okay. And what about heights? Is that the same?
No. She needs to be careful. She's aging, but she knows this.
Okay.
The energy that she knows that she must keep away from heights because of balance issues.
So, I know that we spoke about when she was ill, that was when she had the pneumonia and the out-of-body experience there. Is she able to go in and out of her body in a dream state?
Absolutely. She travels many miles.
Does she? Well, can she travel to different realms as well?
Absolutely, indeed she can. And she does.
So describe somewhere that she would often go to.
The halls of learning, they are marble, they are columns. They are what you would call amphitheatre.
And is that where she goes for this learning?
Indeed she does. She herself has seen the blueprints of life, did not recognise them as such. She was not able to see what was before and what was after.
I see. But isn't that how she learns her lessons?
She needs, because of her questioning nature, to understand all of it, the before and the after. But these are available to her if she would only step aside and let it be.
Yeah. So tell me about this in-between lives then. Does she sometimes travel to the in-between life state?
Frequently, more so than anywhere else.
So why does she travel to that place? What does she get from it?
It is the place of love, it is where she is. Many souls travel there.
Thank you. Well, now we've come. Did you want to say something else?
It is not just for learning, but also for love. You must always remember that. And she must remember it also.
So sometimes we don't go there to learn, we just go to feel the love.
To love. You are here only to experience. For how can you know love without hatred? How can you know good without bad?
And tell me, who sent her to me? Because she had to find me out. So who directed her towards me?
Paul.
Paul? Well, thank Paul then.
His blessings are on you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my absolute pleasure. Well, now we've come to the end of the session. So what I want you to do now is, I want you, Celia, to take a nice deep breath in and step away from your body and allow your inner self, that deeper part of you, to come forward that works with you. And good afternoon, inner self. Do you feel that you're a male or a female energy, or neither?
I'm neither, I am both.
You're an energy, very good. Tell me, how many lives have you had with my client?
15.
You have 15 lives. And what are you working on then? What's her contract?
Trust.
Trust. Does she need to trust herself or others?
She needs to realise how much she is loved. She needs to realise that she is loved.
I'll be sure to give her that message. And is that what you're here for? To bring her that faith and that trust?
Absolutely.
Well, I'd like you, energy, to do a body scan with me. So what I want to do is, I want to start at the top of the head, just like a beam of light, a bit like an X-ray, and we're going to go from the top of the head and we're going to go all the way down to the bottom of the feet. So let's start at the top of the head now, scanning into the head, and we're just looking for any energy or any imbalances. Going down the scalp now, down the jaw, into that throat area.
The throat is...
Yeah, I can feel it. I've got hold of mine when... Yeah, we'll come to that in a minute. Let's just go down this body now. Down the shoulders, in the torso.
Spine out.
Your spine. Is that the upper spine?
The whole of the spine.
Okay. And let's just keep going down the body into the tummy, into the thighs, and
the uterus.
Uterus. And down the thighs, to the knees, down the shins, all the way to the ankles and the tips of the toes. What's there? So let's start in this throat area. So energy, knowing that all energy has a consciousness, I want you to travel into that throat area. And as you travel to that throat area, you'll be able to describe to me what's going on. So I want to connect with that throat as well. So as I connect with that throat, you tell me what's going on there. How does it feel? What's the emotion?
The emotion is you're not out. It is from when I was young. When I was able to say what I wanted without regard for people's feelings.
Yeah.
No, I cannot say what I need because I care too much about hurting their feelings.
But do you care enough about yourself to be able to express yourself?
I did not realise how much I am loved how much I love myself.
Mm-hmm. So don't you deserve to express yourself?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So energy, what I want you to do now is I want you to go into this throat area and start collecting all that negative energy, all about those things where she has to keep quiet. And you start collecting that energy and just feel yourself scooping that energy up like an energy ball. And I want you to place it in my hand. My hand is like a magnet, and the more I talk, the stronger and stronger my hand becomes. And just keep pouring it in. Have I got all that energy that you don't need anymore? Keep bringing it up, 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 up into my hand. Have I got it now?
Yeah.
And now I'm going to take that from you, and I'm going to offer that to the universe. And what I'd like to do now is I want to pour in all the love from Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel the messenger, bringing love and joy. And now you've got all that space to express yourself, to be able to make yourself understood. Very good. Thank you. So tell me about the spine. What's going on in the spine? Is it all in the spine? Is it in the whole spine?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, energy go into the back of this spine now. And as you travel down the spine, just communicate with all the energy in this spine. What's going on?
It's anger.
Anger. Is that from this life or a previous life?
From what a bastard did to Mum.
Yeah.
You had no right to touch her.
No.
No right to breathe the same air that she breathed.
But you know all this anger, yeah?
Yeah.
You need to throw that back up to Source, don't you? Because they'll deal with him. It's too much for you to carry, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, with this energy now, I want you to work now by just gathering up all that anger. Just see all that anger. It needs to go now. Because you've seen your mum, you know she loves you. She's with you every night. Just keep pouring it out, up into my hand. Bringing out all that negativity. And just allow me to take it off you now. Have I got all that energy and that anger?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to offer that up to Spirit. That was really heavy. Whew. I want to call on Archangel Michael now, and I want Archangel Michael to come down with his sword of light, and I want him to place his sword at the top of your neck here, and I want him to activate his blue sword of light and just feel that blue energy from Spirit coming down your spine. And just see how it's soothing. It's almost like an ocean, cleansing, softening, relaxing your spine and filling you up now with peace. Feel it. I can feel it moving in your spine. Beautiful. Thank you very much. And I want to now go to the uterus. So energy, make your way down into the uterus and tell me what's going on there. What's the emotion that you can sense?
Guilt and fear.
Guilt and fear. Where does this guilt and fear come from? Is it from this life or a previous life?
It's collected over many lifetimes.
It's collected over many lifetimes. Does she need to carry all this guilt and fear in this one body when it's taken so many lives to do it all?
Every lifetime she has the same problem.
And what is that problem?
She's never scared to return home. She feels too deeply for those that she loves, that she leaves behind.
So she's never too scared to return home, but that she
No.
loves her family here, but she doesn't want to leave them.
She doesn't want to cause them pain, even though she knows they will be alright, they will return home themselves. She does not want to cause them any pain.
Does she know that she won't be causing them that pain because they've chosen their lives and their cycle and their contract, haven't they?
They have. She doesn't let control go. She wants to control.
Well,
She wants to protect those that she loves at the cost of her own.
yeah. And what symptoms does it cause her then when she tries to control them?
It's a heaviness.
It's a heaviness.
So heavy.
Yeah, you need to let it go now, don't you? Yeah. I want to call on your mother and your father and Jeff to come and work with me now. And as they're working with me now, I want you to feel their energy going into your uterus, because they only work for the highest source of you. And they're saying, just let it go, it's just too much for you. In one body, all this fear and anger, I can feel it moving now. And just allow them to work and just see them pulling all the roots of that fear and that anger of all those lifetimes, like they're pulling the weeds out of a garden. And I want them to place them in my hand now. Have I got them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to offer that up to Spirit. And may the light of the universe always accompany you. And now what I want them to do is, I want them to form a circle with you in it. And I want them to call on the white light of Spirit to come down now like a beam of light pouring into this tummy area now. And just feel it now, revitalising that stomach. Yeah. See it activating it all now, how beautiful it is. Very good. And tell me, is there anywhere else in the body that we can work with, or shall I get to the questions?
There's nowhere that needs work.
Say that again.
Nowhere else needs work.
So tell me, how many guides does she have?
5.
She's got 5 guides. Who are these 5 guides then? What do they look like?
Teresa, she's a young teenage girl. She was an Aztec. She passed when she was 15. A Shalom Seeker.
A Shalom Seeker. Is that a name?
I'm having trouble speaking. It's strange.
Is that from Teresa or is it from somebody else?
It's a Shalom Seeker. Girl. I don't understand.
So take a look
But
at
I
the...
can understand the emotion.
Yeah. What's the emotion?
It's love and it's help.
Love and help. Very good. So she's got Teresa and Shalom Seeker. Who else is there?
There is Paul.
Paul. And there's 2 more.
need to stay with the shaman.
You need to stay with the shaman. Okay, he's the strongest one. Get a message from the shaman then, as you can telepathically communicate now. What message does he give you?
You will question all your life long.
You will question all your life long. Very good.
Do not let this be a bad thing for you. Do not let it either blind you to what truths are there. Read the books, continue to read what you read.
I'll be sure to give her that message.
The answer will not come at once, but in many stages, through many times. Do not be afraid to connect with your angels. They are there to help.
Oh, wonderful. Can you tell me about that time when she was ill? What was happening there? Because she was told that she was going to be okay one minute and then something happened. What was going on?
The physical pulled her back. The drugs were used.
All right. The drugs were pulling her back.
The inability to breathe took her from her body. It was neither there nor was it here, but it was closer to your plane than to ours.
I see.
For 20 minutes of your time, the energy hovered between what you would call life and death. She came back. She came back because she had not finished what she started. This existence was to be hard for her. She had many lessons to learn here, and she wanted to learn so much this time. She has learnt well.
Thank you.
Her ability to love is profound. This was taught to her. This was why Jeff came to her. The ability to speak was given to her by her. Her mother was Eileen in this existence, known as Balfar. She too connects with her.
And is Jeff in a soul group?
Jeff is the twin flame. Jeff is the one of her.
Wonderful.
The other side of her. They had not met before on this plane. It had to be so. This time he has taught her. He has taught her many lessons, mostly about love, but also about the spirit and the nature of spirit. Although on your plane he did not believe, he knew and he taught, and she learned. It was like a teacher and a student relationship.
Very good. Can I ask about these snakes? Tell me what's going on there.
About what? Sorry.
Snakes.
That's a silly, irrelevant fear.
Irrelevant fear. Okay. And what about heights? Is that the same?
No. She needs to be careful. She's aging, but she knows this.
Okay.
The energy that she knows that she must keep away from heights because of balance issues.
Mm-hmm. So, I know that we spoke about when she was ill, that was when she had the pneumonia and the out-of-body experience there. Is she able to go in and out of her body in a dream state?
Absolutely. She travels many miles.
Does she? Mm-hmm. Well, can she travel to different realms as well?
Absolutely, indeed she can. And she does.
So describe somewhere that she would often go to.
The halls of learning, they are marble, they are columns. They are what you would call amphitheatre.
Uh-huh. And is that where she goes for this learning?
Indeed she does. She herself has seen the blueprints of life, did not recognise them as such. She was not able to see what was before and what was after.
I see. But isn't that how she learns her lessons?
She needs, because of her questioning nature, to understand all of it, the before and the after.
Uh-huh.
But these are available to her if she would only step aside and let it be.
Yeah. So tell me about this in-between lives then. Does she sometimes travel to the in-between life state?
Frequently, more so than anywhere else.
Uh-huh. So why does she travel to that place? What does she get from it?
It is the place of love, it is where she is.
Mm-hmm.
Many souls travel there.
Thank you. Well, now we've come. Did you want to say something else?
It is not just for learning, but also for love. You must always remember that, and she must remember it also.
So sometimes we don't go there to learn, we just go to feel the love.
To love.
Uh-huh.
You are here only to experience, for how can you know love without hatred? How can you know good without bad?
Uh-huh. And tell me, who sent her to me? Because she had to find me out. So who directed her towards me?
Paul.
Paul? Well, thank Paul then.
His blessings are on you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my absolute pleasure. Well, now we've come to the end of the session. So what I want you to do now is